So, you're a lesbian?
Yes, I'm gay.
You can't possibly know that. You're too young.
I'm 17.
When I was 17, I wanted to be a marine biologist. And now look at me. I'm in real estate.
I'm running away. Right now. Are you in?
What? What? Where are you going?
Texas. I don't know, I thought it'd be fun. You know, one last hurrah before college.
Twinkie, you sound insane. Is this about last night? Because I really didn't mean to make things awkward.
What about last night?
Never mind.
Here we go. Dallas, Texas, baby.
Let's do this! Someone popular. Who are you talking to?
Just a friend from summer camp.
Liar! That makes 3 lies so far. You were saying.
Was I supposed to know that you were gay the whole time? Because now I just feel like an idiot.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess I thought you already knew.
I see the way that boy looks at you. 2 are gonna be just fine.
I've known that I was gay since the 5th grade. And it's like everybody thinks that they know me better than I do.
You're my best friend and you're not acting like yourself.
I'm just trying to exist and have a life, and sometimes it feels like you can't be a part of that anymore.
Twinkie! Rise and shine! Today we're gonna turn that frown upside down. Well, lucky for you, we don't have to stop for snacks. What? Why? Stack it!
What? That's awesome.
Gummy bears, gummy worms, Cheetos, popcorn, baby wipes.
Baby wipes?
Well, yeah, for the Cheeto dust.
Duh.
Hey, duh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today we have with us the director and writer of a fantastic new movie coming out very soon in a TV near you, Egghead and Twinkie. We have Sarah Kambe Holland. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us, and we're talking about your movie Egghead and Twinkie. Can you give the audience a little bit of about the movie if they have not had a chance to hear about it? Because I don't think they have.
Yeah, probably not. Sure, I'll give a quick rundown. So, Egghead and Twinkie is a coming of age comedy about coming out of the closet. It follows this Asian American teen named Twinkie as she comes out to her parents as a lesbian, and then she ropes her best guy friend, Egghead, into a cross country trip to meet this celebrity Instagrammer in person for the very first time. So, it's like a road trip, buddy comedy, coming of age movie. Super fun.
Love it. And it's funny that it's a coming of age movie right now because I mentioned before we got on about our podcast, that was the theme for our March podcast was coming of age. This would have been perfect, right in line with the rest of them. This is actually a really well made movie, and I have to commend you for that. But where you really shined is on the page. Your script is absolutely phenomenal. It's fun. It's funny. We as the audience love the characters at every step of the way. Sabrina, who plays Twinkie, is exceptional here. How was it working with this cast and putting it all together?
Oh, they're so amazing. I feel so lucky to have found Sabrina and Lewis, who play the mains, Twinkie and Egghead, because they're just hilarious together. They really act like they're siblings. They bicker in a very loving way. So it was a really fun environment, I think, to kind of play on set and, bring the script to life with them.
It really does come to life for them. And I think that this movie's would have been made or broken by the chemistry between them. And so they had to have it. And how easy was it for them to generate that? Was that a natural thing, or did you have to do a little bit of work behind the lens there?
So it was interesting. We actually wrote Egghead and Twinkie to be a short film before it was a feature. So that was really great because I cast Lewis and Sabrina in the short. And that was almost like a test run, to see how it would go, how their chemistry was, how they'd act together. And they hit it off like right away. And then when I watched the short, I was like, oh, this sort of chemistry really does translate on screen. So then it was kind of a no-brainer to bring them back for the feature.
I have to ask, as I will ask any auteur making a film, would they write and direct, how much of yourself is in the character of Twinkie or in the character of Egghead?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of myself in both of them. To be honest, I feel like anybody that watches the film is like, "Oh, so you must be Twinkie, right?" But no, I think Twinkie is a lot more brash and impulsive than I am. I actually think I'm probably a little closer to Egghead. Like, I'm not as cool as Twinkie, if I'm being honest. And I was definitely a nerd growing up. But yeah, they're both like my children in a weird way.
No, and see, that's why I gave you both as an option because I was like, I know the cliched answer is that this is a avatar for the director, but I didn't believe it, and so I'm glad to be proven once again correct in my assessment there. Let me ask you some questions. I have two questions that I ask every guest, and I usually get really fun answers. So I want to see if I can get your answers for it. The first one is, who are some people that inspire you?
Oh boy. Yeah, so many inspirations. I think with this film in particular, from the representation end, was very inspired by the work of Alice Wu, who directed Saving Face and the half of it. A lot of people bring up the half of it when, I talk about this film because it's a similar sort of thing with like Asian American lesbian and like kind of awkward, nerdy best friend. But yeah, I really admire the stories that she tells, and they're very authentic to her. And then also Edgar Wright is one that people always call out with this movie, and it's very true. I mean, his work is hilarious, and I love his use of visual comedy. So that was something I was thinking about a lot when I was writing the script. Is not just their dialogue, but like how do we execute this in like the funniest way possible?
I completely can see that too, especially the half of it. I don't like to make direct parallels, but there's obvious parallels. That's a great movie though.
It is. What's funny though is that the half of it came out after I had already written Egghead and Twinkies, so that was just kind of coincidental. And I remember actually being a little bit worried when I first heard about it because I was like, "Oh my God, is this going to be the same as our film?" And then I watched it and I was like, "Oh no, this is a different story." And I think that that's important. Is there's this idea of it's like, oh, if they're both gay Asian stories, like, is that an issue? But there's so much diversity within that experience. It's like we can have more than one movie about a gay Asian person.
Well, and this is exactly what I was going to get into is how many stories do we have of a Caucasian gay man, of a gay, or a young man coming out of the closet, coming out into his own as a member of the LGBTQ community. We have a ton. So why is it not okay to have similar arcs here between these two movies that are so different? They're so differently directed. You and Alice do different things with your characters, and I feel like Twinkie is not Ellie. Do you know what I mean? They're very different characters.
Exactly. So I'm really glad she made that film. So hopefully people will watch both and see, that there is so much diversity even within people that maybe have the same identity.
But you're going to be very happy then because I think the world of that movie. I gave it a very positive review when it came out, and I'm going to be giving the exact same letter grade to this film now that it is out and we had a chance to see it.
It'll be out on April 29th.
Really?
Yes.
Then I can't wait for everybody to be able to check it out because it's going to be one of those films that I think is going to gain an audience, especially with younger viewers, and I can't wait to see them put themselves into those characters. That's the best part about movies like this one, is that audiences can easily see themselves in it. My
Agreed.
second question is very, very simple. It's very easy, but it's also the hardest question of the day. So I hope you've prepared.
Oh
You
boy,
can
I'm
watch
scared.
two movies for the rest of your life. What two and why?
Oh no. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever been asked that before.
You might not have, but anytime you come on here for the first time, you're going to get asked.
Yeah, you're really testing me, William.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm thinking about like my letterboxed top four. That's what I'm thinking about
Oh,
right
yeah. Yeah.
now.
We don't get that. We don't go that far. We only give you two. Make it even harder.
Okay, well, my immediate instinct is to say the first one has got to be School of Rock.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you seen?
Linklater.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it brings me so much joy. I feel like I've seen it so many times, and every time I watch it, I have a good time. So if I could only watch two movies for the rest of my life, I feel like that would be a pretty good one. I'd be in good spirits.
Yeah. I mean, I would pick, I'm a big Linklater fan, so I love that pick. It's his most commercial film, but that's because it's also one of his most fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. The kids in it are great, and like Jack Black gives such a great performance in it.
So much
It's like
energy.
one
He
of
has
my
so much
favorite.
energy.
Oh
Just
yeah,
energy.
unlimited energy.
I love it.
So that's got to be up there. And then
This is the hard one because you only got one more.
I know, I almost feel like I have to do one that's like the complete opposite. So I get like both ends of the spectrum, you know
I
what
mean,
I
you don't
mean?
have to.
but I kind of feel like I do. I might. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm going on instinct here. I think I would have to go with. Yeah, see, now I'm doubting myself. Maybe In the Mood for Love, which is very,
Oh,
very different. But
that's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Wong Kar-wai, great choice. I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan. He's probably my favorite Asian director. I know the cliched answer is Kurosawa, but no, Wong Kar-wai is my favorite Asian director, and he's one of my favorite directors of all time. You picked two of my favorite directors of all time, actually, Linklater and Wong Kar-wai. So that is to say, Sarah, you have immense taste.
amazing. We are on the same page. Yeah, I love Wong Kar-wai too, and his process of filmmaking is like so different from my own, and I think that's part of why I like love learning about him.
I think that's why I love him as a director, is because in my life I'm all chaos, and he's very measured, and he knows exactly what he wants to do, and he does it. And I don't have that in my that bone in my body, so I get that. I guess that's why I love his movies so much. You know what I mean? It's so funny. I love it. Now I want you to elevator pitch in the audience for 30 seconds. Why should they check out Egghead and Twinkie when it comes out at the end of this month?
Oh boy. Okay. 30 seconds.
Hey, go.
You should check out Egghead and Twinkie if you have a best friend and you want to think of them. You should check out Egghead and Twinkie if you want to have a good time, if you want to laugh. Also, if you're a queer person or you know a queer person, there's some really great LGBT representation. And also, if you want to support indie film, this was definitely a micro-budget film made by largely college students that all came together. So if you want to fight the system, you should watch Egghead and Twinkie.
I think that is a resounding thumbs up to the audience for why they should check this out. You said April 27th, is that correct?
29th, close.
29th. There we go. April 29th, which is about 2 weeks from now. Check this one out. Is it nationwide or is it going to be in select?
It'll be straight to streaming. So it'll be on
Sick.
Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango at Home, Kinema, a few others. Yeah.
Which means it'll cost about $6. It's worth the $6. Spend the money. Go see this movie. Support a fantastically made movie that is, here in the United States, we like to complain about not supporting things made in the USA, but our cinema and our independent films are all 100% made in the USA. And I think they deserve your support. And I think Sarah deserves your support so we can see what she does next, because I know she's got many more ideas in that multicolored noggin right there.
Thanks, William. Appreciate
Now,
it.
of course, and now if people want to catch up to you and, let you know what they think of the film, where can they find you?
Yeah, if they want to follow the film, they can go to eggheadandtwinkie.com, and they can also follow us on socials at Egghead Twinkie Film. If they want to follow me, it's at Shalin Films.
There you go. Make sure you do that. Obviously, if we're bringing you the news of this film's existence, we think it's pretty damn fantastic too. Thank you so much for spending at least a microcosm of your day with us, Sarah. We really, really appreciate you. And maybe we'll get you on sometime so we can get one of your heads on there.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me, William.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
You too.